Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Phoenix Gray, aka Design Daddy, and this channel is all about interior design. You've all loved my series on furniture and decor that I would never include in my home, so I figured I would branch off and start a new series about items that I would actually include in my home. And yes, you could say all of these are Design Daddy approved. I'd also like to thank Paperlike for sponsoring this video. Moving forward, I'm just gonna get right into it, so there's no more foreplay, so let's start. We're gonna get right to the climax. Starting off strong with a controversial decor item because it has completely divided the internet, but it is coffee table books. Now listen, I know I'm gonna hear the whole song and dance of why are you buying books that no one's reading, which is true to a point, but I'm not encouraging you to go out and buy just any random coffee table book. I want you to actually find books that resonate with you, whether it be on some of your favorite fashion houses, interior design styles, movies, art, or any weird niche that you may be into. I personally get interior design books because not only is it my profession, but I also love seeing the styles out there. If you are a chef, cooking books are great for this because the size of them is also great. And if you're a photographer, even coffee table books that showcase all of the best photographs, whether it be fashion or home or design, are fantastic to have. In my opinion, coffee table books are in need when it comes to decor in your space. It allows you to stack them and really create depth on an otherwise flat surface. Like in my opinion, I think it's super awkward just having some decor pieces floating on a coffee table versus actually when you introduce a designated space for them to be stacked on, it gives you a level of depth and dimension, and it actually feels like you're presenting them on display. And before you even ask, no, most of your guests are not going to be moving around your decor to actually read them, or at least very unlikely. Although I did get a coffee table book on Dune recently, which has some incredible photos of the actual movie in it. Yes, I'm going to talk about Dune. If you love it, I know you do, you need to go see it, because not only do I love Zendaya and Timothy Salamander, or I mean Chalamet, that movie was a cinematic masterpiece, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend. Honestly, who really cares? Because if you're not picking them up, they still look great in a space. I will always be that person that purposely buys the spine to match the aesthetic of my home. I admit it, I am one of those people. You should be too. It's Timothy Salamander. Shabala. Next isn't really decor, but I think it's a really important factor to bring into your home, which is smart technology. And before you even come for me, I'm not talking about the Terminator and have everything on a system that's controlled by AI. We have all seen those movies and know exactly how it turns out. We don't want no Skynet up in here.
Hasta la vista, baby.
We're years away from being taken over by robots anyways, or probably. I don't know, we're not gonna test it. I would honestly recommend any smart home system now, even if it's just the plugs with timers, to make your space look great with minimal effort. I personally don't have a smart system in my condo, but I have all my lights on smart switches, so they automatically turn on and off on a schedule. I also have all my entrance lights set to turn on as soon as I get home, so even if I'm getting home and it's dark or have 1,000 grocery bags, I do not have to actually turn on a light because they're already on and ready for me. And let me tell you, it is the most convenient thing ever. It's those little things you didn't think you needed until you have them. This is also great for conserving energy as well because they can turn on and off depending on the motion in the room, so you don't always have your lights just permanently on. This is also even more important if you're one of those people that forgets to turn the lights off in your home. As first world problem as this sounds, I bet you have some lamps that you don't even turn on because leaning behind your sofa or furniture to switch them on and off is more annoying than just having them there. Set the mood in your home in the evening just by having that ambient light speaks for itself instead of that honestly big light that no one likes. It never looks good, it always looks flat, and yes, I am also referencing a million pot lights. You do not need to have every light on in the evening. It completely ruins the mood, and yes, I'm also talking about the bedroom. And you know what else is really smart? Today's sponsor, Paperlike. So I use an iPad for literally everything from taking notes to having everything on site with me for meetings. But one of my biggest pet peeve is honestly writing on this because it feels super unnatural. What Paperlike does is provide a literal paper-like feeling for a screen protector. This is really cool because their nanodot surface technology gives you a little bit of friction, so it makes writing on an iPad feel like you're taking notes on a notebook. Obviously, we want our technology to get smarter, but there's something really nostalgic about writing on paper. So this is the best of both worlds. I'm using it right now to create notes on a current project, and when I drag the pencil across the screen, it genuinely feels like I'm writing on paper, and it doesn't give you that slip feeling that you get when you're typically writing on a tablet. You should check out their Pro Bundle, which has a screen protector, 2 pencil grips that make holding a pencil feel very ergonomic, and a cleaning kit to make sure that your screen always looks fresh. You can learn more about Paperlike in the description box below. Now let's get back to my favorite design elements to have in your home. So slick. You know what else is really smart? Paperlike. If you've watched any of my videos before, you know that I love marble with an undying urge. Like, I've already admitted I'm sexually attracted to it. If you've seen The Strange Addictions, I would be on there and it would be with marble. It would not be good. TLC, do not contact me. You didn't put the reference of the guy that's sexually attracted to his car. I'm also well aware that marble is not always in the budget for everyone. So this trend of micro luxury items made in marble is what I am all about. And I can confirm that I've gone a little bit overboard in my own home because I have so many pieces that are made out of marble. Investing in quality marble like a catch-all, a dish bowl, a candle holder, or even a raised display for items is always Design Daddy approved. Marble, in my opinion, will be timeless, and it will always be timeless no matter what items that you include in your home, even if it's minimal. The artistic flair that it adds into any decor honestly looks so good, and you cannot go wrong with some good veining. What's even better about these marble decor items is that they will last you your literal lifetime if you take care of them. And they only look better with age as they patina with your style. On the topic of artistic expression, this segues right into my next item, which is original art, or as close to as original as you can get. I know I have mentioned on my socials before, and I have got blasted for it. Listen here, before you come for me, art from a living artist is so important, and it does not have to be expensive. When everyone thinks of art, they think of a well-known artist and their pieces sell for hundreds or even tens of thousands of dollars. That's not the art that I'm talking about. Do not, and I repeat, do not buy mass-produced art from retailers. Not only does it look super cheap, because it literally is, most of the time these pieces are mass-produced for trends of the time, and they'll end up looking boring in your space because you really don't resonate with the style and the impression that goes with your space. Art should make you feel something. It should be an experience in your space and not just an afterthought for filling up a blank wall for the sake of having something there. Etsy is one of my favorite places to find artists, and if you don't know where to start, because Instagram can be daunting when you're trying to track one down, you can find artists that are willing to work with your budget, and you can also work within size restrictions that you have to make sure that you find a piece that works for your space and works for you. The other thing I love about Etsy is that you can message these artists directly to see if they're willing to produce something that suits your style more depending on your stylistic choices for the art, and make something that has your preferences depending on the intended space that it's for. I'm an artist myself, and I have loved painting for so many people in Toronto, which is actually how I supported myself during the pandemic. And the best feeling was the support of absolute strangers that tell you how much they love your work and commission you to actually paint something for their home. Support living artists. Trust me, they appreciate it so much more, and they will continue to appreciate it so much more than the non-living artists will, obviously. Next on the list is high quality bedding. Nothing beats a good night's rest, and the sheets you choose contribute to how you actually fall asleep and how comfortable you are in your bed. I always recommend going with the most natural fibers as possible so it's breathable. I am a furnace at night, so I need something that really regulates my temperature, and linen for me has always been my go-to because it's something soft and it gives you more of that casual look, while cotton is something that's a little bit more durable, and depending on what you're looking for, it can give you that durability in the bedroom. Another side note is to always keep in mind how important thread count plays in this. 200 series, which is considered the lowest quality, is the most crisp and is much longer lasting because of how durable it is. This thread count is also known to stay cooler as well. Remember, the lower the thread count, the lower number of threads, which means it's a lighter sheet, meaning it won't get as hot. 400 series is still super durable, soft, and breathable while not nearly as crisp in how it actually looks. And hotels typically use a 300 to 500 range that still feels like it's luxurious and still being on that breathable line. If you're a hot sleeper, this is the series for you to kind of stay within that range. Once you go to 600 above, then it starts getting a little bit heavier in weight, but it's much softer. So while these aren't nearly as durable, they are great if you run cold at night, and they tend to retain heat much better than anything else. If you want to go on that luxury end, the 800 series are even more dense, and if you are an icicle at night, this is best for you. But once you reach an 800 count, the price jumps considerably as well, so consider that to keep in mind that these sheets are going to be much softer and not last you nearly as long. If you're ever second guessing what to get, remember the lower the thread count, the crisper and cooler the sheets will be, and the higher the thread count, the softer and warmer they'll be. In my opinion, the best range is always a 400 to 600. Scent is one of the most powerful links that you can make in a space to make it not only comfortable but memorable, and this is why it is making on this list. When you think of scent, it can bring you back to memories you didn't even think you had. It creates a connection to time or a space that literally go beyond any design style. This is why I always recommend bringing a scent to make your space feel like home, to not only be comfortable for you but for your guests. Whether it's a candle or even an essential oil that you love, or a hand soap that smells delicious, to really make that space not only work for you but really be memorable for your guests. I cannot tell you how many times I've had guests over, and every single one of them that comes out of the bathroom comments on how incredible the Byredo suede scent is. Let me tell you, the lotion and soap combo is undeniably incredible. Just an FYI, this is also a really easy tell to see who actually washes their hands in your house. Remember, even the style of the soap bottle plays a huge role in how it looks in your space. I have always been very hypersensitive to bad smells, so this makes me very in tune with wanting to make sure my house smells nice for myself, because I want to make sure that it also smells nice for anyone that comes in. Diffusers are also another really great way to make sure that scent lasts in your space, and while candles may only smell nice while they're lit, I personally find that incense have a longer lasting power even after they've burnt out. Also remember that the styles of these burners can also really enhance your space. Having that little marble or brass object that holds them is why I'm including them in the decor list. It should go without saying, but do not smoke in your house. Oh my God. It sticks to absolutely and literally everything and ruins and makes your house so off-putting in terms of smell. So please do that outside if you're a smoker. As always, thanks for watching, and that's all for today. And if you have an item in your home that you want to know is Design Daddy approved, please throw it in the comments below and I'll add it to my list. And yes, I am actually the one that responds to those comments, so I'm always watching. Be sure to like this video, and if you haven't already, you can subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok for all my daily design advice at Mr. Phoenix Gray if you can't wait for next week's video. And if you're lucky, I've been encouraged to do a Thirsty Thursday photo on my stories, so you can always check that out as well. Remember, if you're ever second guessing yourself, just ask, what would Design Daddy do?